Welcome to another Farmers Insurance training. On this video, we'll be going over the proper way to process a payment. I'll be sharing the screen right now. So first thing you do, every time you want to process a payment, either with cash or with a credit card, you go through SIMS. So I'm going to close. I have the SIMS window open, but I'm going to close it so you can see it from the beginning. So a client comes in person or calls and to make the payment over the phone, you go through SIMS. And I'm going to share why we want to go through SIMS. Because when you're processing a payment, you are not just doing a transaction. That is an opportunity that you have to discover other opportunities within the account to cross-sell. So when you process a payment, you go through SIMS, and I'll be working with my account on this occasion. So you find the client. Not sure if I have it under the right. Okay, so you see here this whenever one way that for you to know if this person is a prospect or if it's the client account. Anytime you see this opportunity, that means that this is the client's account, and that this one has an active account. And then verify the address and then go into it. So instead of from here, you can click ECMS and go straight to ECMS, or you can just hit continue. And once you hit continue, it will take you to the account, and right here you can verify the email address. So as a client, if they don't have an email address, before you do anything else, just ask them, do you have an email address that you can provide us? Or is the arasomg@att.net still the correct email address? Is there verify the phone numbers? And then from here, you can just go and open up the account to ECMS. And you leave the account open, the SIMS account open. From here, you go, and if it's a payment for the auto policy, well, you go here. If it's for the renters, you go to this area. Or if it's for life, then I'll show you that. But let's go first with a payment for the auto policy. So you open up the account, and then you'll ask, well, what form of method of payment they'll be using. So on this occasion, so they say, so the balance on this account, 215. We can see here that this account is on EFT. We also can see that it's paperless. That means that these customers don't receive invoices on the mail. They receive the notifications by email to that email address. And from here, you can see that if they come in, let's say that they're not on EFT, then you apply the payment with whatever method they're going to use and then submit. Also, if they ask you, how much are my next payment? What is the amount of my next payment? You can go to installment schedule here, and you can review. You can have a pretty long history of payments here. And you can go all the way to, in this case, up until January. So you can review it. If they want to change their bank account information, then you can go to automatic EFT. You can either remove it. From here, you can remove them. And if they no longer want the payments to come out of the account, you just remove it from there. Or you can just change the bank account information there. If they want to make a payment in the office this month, and instead of having it taken out from their bank account, you can stop the EFT, and you need to make sure you do it with enough days ahead of time. And you can call Farmers to find out, do I still have time to put a stop on this client's account for this month before you even process the payment. And then you can also change the payment plans from there. So anything that has to do with the account, billing account, you can go from there. Any refunds that they might be waiting on, any history, any statement history. If they want to know why is my payment higher? Well, this account hasn't have that much activity, but if they added a vehicle, if they receive a credit to the account, if they added a vehicle, and that will reflect here. So you can say, well, for example, last month it seems like you made a change that added $300 to your balance, and that's why the payment is higher this month. Anything that will affect the amount of the payment will be shown on this area as well. And in here, well, you can find the history. You can change the address through here. Well, this is for account maintenance, and through there you can also make more changes to the account. So with that, this video ends. I'm gonna go ahead and do, this is where you can change the address under account maintenance. So this is how you collect payments for an auto policy. Pretty similar with the home or renters, pretty much the same features within that, within this window. System is a little slow, so let's hope that it comes up right away. Otherwise, what I want to show you, okay, there. So pretty much the same format for the renter's insurance on this account. And you need to make sure if they have, on this case, auto, home and auto, make sure that you go into each account, because the autos are on one billing account. A lot of times home and auto are under one billing account, but you want to make sure you verify that before you collect the payment. So life insurance policy, you just take down the life insurance policy number, and you go to personal. And this is the same way most that you collect. Let's see, you go to payment processing, you add a customer payment. So accounts, if you have an account, an account that hasn't been completely set up, then you can, for like a commercial account, you can take payments through here. So you just type in the information, and on this one, you will be Farmers New World Life policy number, payment amount, and then what kind of payment is it? Is it simple term policy? What type of, you just need to choose the type of policy or that payment that you're collecting. And then you just enter the payment through here. So this is a way that you can collect a payment for a life policy. And if you want to make a payment for let's say for a Foremost policy, you just click on the policy number. In this case, this account doesn't have a Bristol West policy, but the way you do is you just click on the policy, and it will direct you to directly to the Foremost website, where you can add the payment through there. If you want to make a payment for a commercial policy, you go through the same. When you are inside a policy, you need to make sure that you pay attention. If they are here to make a payment on a farmer's commercial policy, then you would have, if this account had a commercial policy, then you'll click on commercial, and then the commercial policies will open up. If you don't see the policy here that they want to make a payment on, click on cancel. Maybe the policy is canceled. That's why you're not going to see it on the other end. So you can see here what policies have canceled within this account. So from here, you can also verify, like in this case, find other opportunities. And if the person if you're taking a payment for an auto policy, and you don't see that they have a life insurance policy, you talk to them about it. I see that you don't have the most important policy that we sell in our agency. They will be like, really? Which one? Because for them, the most important one is the auto. So Every single time you collect a payment, even over the phone or in person, it's a good opportunity to tell them, even if you just told them last month. The most important policy is a family protection plan. And I would love to set up an appointment or direct them and get them to meet or set up an appointment or give them information about the life insurance plans. So from there, you can see, oh, every single time. I don't see that you have the most important policy in place. They might not buy it at that moment, but they might go home and then throughout at some point they might experience the death of someone in the family. They will think about us. Wow, that agency, they sell this plan. Let me talk to them, because you're planting seeds. If sometimes people needs to hear things 10, 15 times, or a tragedy needs to happen around their environment so that they can make a decision. But they need to know, if you only collect a payment and you don't pay attention, you're missing out a lot of opportunities to really be planting seeds and position the agency as a trusted advisor, agent or service, or you just need to find opportunities to position yourself. On SIMS, why you want to keep SIMS open? Let's say that you told this client, well, you don't have the most important life insurance policy in place. The person says, well, let me talk to my wife, and then I'll let you know. What you do right away, you go to SIMS before they leave. As soon as they leave, you go to the tasks, and then on this account, you can see that there is no SMPs activated. Then what you do is just start an SMP. And I'll go over in a different video explaining what an SMP. But this person on this policy, I will be doing the I will scheduling. It said live. Let's see. Live to existing. Maybe I'm going too fast. So birthday no live auto. Okay. I just need to find the SMP. I believe we have some on the live to existing customer, but you need to choose. You need to assign the SMP to either the telemarketer within your agency, the one that handles the one that follow-ups with those calls. You can choose it from here, so that the phone call, I'm gonna set it up. For example, I'm gonna leave it for me right now, because we can always change it, but I'm just gonna leave it to me on this case. So I'm gonna start this SMP on this account. So before I say okay, I'm gonna make sure that it's assigned to so let's say you assign it to the wrong person. Just click on the side, change it, and say, oh, this one, Betsy, is the one who makes those phone calls. And then close that. Now it went to her, and now the same thing with the next phone call. So now this phone call will show on the tasks for Betsy and not for me. So now you say okay, and you forget about it, because what happens if somebody comes in to make a payment? They're gonna come again next month to make another payment. But now you're gonna check if they already have an SMP. You're not gonna bother doing another SMP, but it's a combination of repetition. You telling them, bringing up the subject of the most important policy, or or we are also, if they are homeowners and they have the homeowners policy with another company, if they're waiting for that policy to renew before they come to us, you can add a next date here. You say, oh, really? What insurance company are you with? And then you can add a next date from here, and then start an SMP again. So finding this, that's the beauty of SIMS. You want to utilize SIMS as your marketing assistant. You're not gonna remember what the conversations you have with clients, but keeping track on SIMS, keeping track of adding comments to them, and taking advantage of SIMS will help you get to them. Now, on this case, this person will receive all these actions, emails. That's why you want to make sure you have an email, because a lot of these activities will go This one has 2 emails. So we can then get to them by phone, by mail, and by email. So we'll be increasing the chances to deliver the message to our customers. So that's why you want to make sure you start with email every single time. And then, so let's say right now, I don't want to, I want to stop this one. I want to stop this SMP. It's very simple. Just go here and you stop the SMP. Because if the client, if you activated the account and the SMP, and then the for some reason the customer is not eligible for life insurance, well, then maybe you can add an SMP for homeowners if they own a home or a boat or any other accounts. But it's very simple. I just created the SMP, I deleted it. How do you know what SMPs the clients have? Right here. So when you open up this account, if you look here, you see that this account has no SMPs activated. So kind of like analyzing. So the more you go through SIMs instead of going directly, because if a client comes in, you can also go directly. If they have their bill with them, you can go directly to, you can actually type in the policy number and go directly to that. Or you can find them if they don't have the bill. You can find them by last name, first name, address through here. I'm gonna pull up this account, 4623 Wilk, and you don't have to type in the whole address. And now I can see here, go directly to SIMs, but I'm gonna be missing out the chances of setting up SMPs. I'm not gonna. You need to do it the same way all the time, so it becomes a habit. So you can get familiar with the screens, so you don't lose those opportunities. Because what happens if you go through here, then the client leaves, and then you need to go and try to remember, then you go to find them on SIMs, and then somebody else comes in, and things can happen. But if you already have this SIMs account open, then it's just a matter of doing it, setting up, reviewing what SMPs they have, setting them up, add any expiration dates to this account, and then move on. It shouldn't be more than a 60-second transaction if you do it the right way. So that's the way that you collect. That's the proper way to collect payments and review the billing accounts. With that, we'll be stopping that will be ending this training.